So in this video, we're going to look at Gdal again to do some more ETL, but this is more of like a true transformation. Or that the concept here is we're going to start out with points and hopefully end up with polygons in that. So I'm going to go down into my directory and we'll go into mod 5 and lecture demos, and we'll go into Gdal transform. This one here. Uh, what I'll do is I'll open this up in VS Code. I'm also going to go back in here and open this up in QGIS. We do need to take a look at the layer names and the field names. They're going to be important to the transformation that we're going to be doing in that. And so when I open up this layer here, open attribute table, we have this column called buff this and that. And again, this is going to become important when we do the transformation in that. So what I want to do, this honestly looks like I'm in an OSGeo window. And if you're not, right, and we can tell by going Gdal -- version. Do you have Gdal? Yes, I do. And drop this down and select this one right here, the OSGeo for Windows window. Okay, so I have a little batch file in here, but I don't really have anything in it right now. in that. And so the idea is I do want to use Gdal. I'm going to try to use the new command line. So Gdal, I need to do sort of like a vector SQL transformation. And I want to take advantage of the SQL spec and spatial light thing, all things that are kind of like built in to the tool that we can take advantage of. And so I'm going to do like an SQL select against it. And that I'm going to say, well, what's the statement? So what is the actual SQL that you want to send it? And it'll be select, I guess, select. And what I want to do is an st buffer. And oh, I need an underscore there. That would be the standard name of the function. And there's some things like, hey, what's the geometry field called? It's called geometry. Yeah, and that. And I'm going to buffer it by that column name, buff dist. But big thing would be from where. You got to take it. We're selecting from a table. This is something I had to get used to, but it makes sense once you back up a bit. Sometimes Gdal deals with formats that have several layers in them. Geo packages, ESRI mobile, Geo databases, in that. So there could be several layers in here. That's what the from does. Well, what layer? The name of the layer is the name of the shapefile in this case, etl_data, and that. I'm actually going to put a caret in, which is a line continuation character, just so that we can kind of see everything on the screen. So it's in that. So Gdal vector SQL statement in that. I'm probably going to have to set the dialect. And that would be set to SQL light, which actually gets you to spatial light and all the functions there. In that, do we need, probably do a overwrite maybe, but what we just need to do now is grab the shapefile. So etl data.shp, and I'll put it into like results results.geopackage, and that. And I'll probably have to run this more than once, so I'll add the overwrite option in that, unless I get lucky on this. And then, so I'm converting the shapefile to a geopackage, right? So that's like extract, load. But the transformation is, hey, take those points, but buffer them. Buffer these points by these distances here in that. So that should, well, no, got to run it to see. Let's see what errors we get. etl.bat, yes. Didn't error out. What does that mean? Let's go find out. So we'll go back in here, project home. There's results, the geo package. Why doesn't it know? It's interesting. And that, oh, there are 4 polygons. We like that. And that sort of thing. We might have like a mixed bag geometry deal happening. And there we go. They got buffered by their distances. So they definitely, right? They definitely, let's do that. Yes. So they're definitely different size buffers in that, and that's good. So it is using that column, and that's a definite transformation because we went from point geometry to polygon geometry in that. Uh, and so you can do these types of transformations using SQL. And if you're using the SQL dialect, then you have access to all the SQL functions, which are a lot of the ST underscore functions that exist in Geos and that, and they should operate in a standard way. So that's all for now.